Hello and welcome to this Monday, September 27th edition of Sneaker News. This is Swole Sneakerhead here to bring you this week's stories. Alright, what's going on everybody? Let's get started here by taking a look at the upcoming sneakers calendar. We do have a bit of a quiet week to finish off the month, and then Friday, the first day of October, and this weekend we get it back poppin'. So let's take a look real quick at what we have to wrap up the rest of this month on sneakers, and likely sneakers only. We could see a bit of Shopify retailers release these, but as of right now it's looking like sneakers only, or very few other retailers will have these. We have this Dunk High 1985 in the black acid wash colorway, releasing at a retail price of $130 on tomorrow, Tuesday, September 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Sneakers. Now, we did see the red colorway of these release, I believe, at earlier this month, or maybe about a month ago now. Dunk Highs don't get nearly as much love as Dunk Lows do, given that this is the 1985 whatever Dunk High, and it has this weird kind of pattern on it. I would expect these to do okay. I don't think there's a lot of hype surrounding these. I personally like this colorway a little bit better than the red. I do like the color matching on this. So let's take a look at StockX real quick and see what prices are, and they're pretty trash, as you can see. Lower sizes, so size 6 is pretty much selling for retail, and higher size 16, which I don't even know if you can grab a size 16 on sneakers, is the highest sale price. Looks like larger sizes have been doing better, but for the most part, at a $130 retail price, these are looking like bricks. Obviously, you can grab these off Nike sneakers and get free shipping, free returns, and you should have some room to make a couple of bucks. But overall, again, I wouldn't focus on these trying to resell them. Of course, if you want a personal pair, go for it, but it doesn't look like resale is going to hold up very well. This other colorway, like I mentioned, dropped on 8/19, so over a month ago now, and prices have not returned to anything profitable. It looks like these lower sizes are still selling for below retail. So overall, I would stay away from these. I would definitely not get these anywhere you have to pay over the $130 retail price. If you do want to grab them off Nike sneakers, either for personal or resale, you should be able to make some money. Like, as you see, this is my size 11. If we were to sell this at the current price, you're making $3, and at the highest bid you're going to make about $20, I guess, based on your seller's fees or whatever. But yeah, overall, not a great pair to cop. If you can get larger sizes, looks like 12 and a half, higher sizes 15, you should be able to make some money. But other than that, I would just stay away from these. Not a ton of hype, and Dunk Highs don't do as well as Dunk Lows for the most part, especially in terms of resale. Also, tomorrow on the 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we do have the sneakers release of the Dunk Low Championship Red. We did see this release at many retailers a couple weeks ago, including Foot Sites and a lot of Shopify retailers. So this will likely also be sneakers only tomorrow, unless there were other, online sites that got delayed shipments or something like that, or also pushed their stock back with Nike. But most of the stock was already released, so I would only expect these to be on Nike sneakers tomorrow. At a $100 retail price, these are definitely a good cop, either obviously for personal or resale. Every size will be profitable in these, and the hype on these is actually pretty solid. I know a lot of people like this colorway. I like this colorway. It's kind of like a collegiate colorway, almost like you see like the Dunk High Syracuse down here. But yeah, bids are looking pretty solid across all sizes. I think bigger sizes are doing the best, as usual. But yeah, I would definitely go for these 100% on sneakers tomorrow. I'll definitely be going for these, and it should be a pretty tough cop. They are pretty hyped up. And that wraps up sneakers for the rest of this month. Let's see. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. I'm wrong. September 29th, a day later, on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have the AJKO 1 Storm Blue colorway. This may get pushed. I really haven't heard much about this release at all. I don't see it on any other release calendars anywhere, so it could be, a sneakers exclusive. And if that is the case, I would expect resale prices to be pretty decent. Storm, yeah, so let's say. Again, retail is going to be $140, and I was wrong. Resale is not looking very solid. Personally, I think that these will hold up to have some sort of resale value after the release. It's a nice colorway, but it's an AJ1 KO. Like, it's not a Jordan 1 normal, and even normal Jordan 1s now don't really mean anything because there's so many of them that a lot of them brick too. But this is a nice colorway. The materials look pretty solid, so I would expect these to do okay. Like I don't think they're gonna totally brick. And of course, if it's sneakers only, you know, you can always grab that with confidence and not have to worry about returns or fees or shipping or anything like that. But yeah, I like the materials on here. I do expect these to do pretty well. Resale prices aren't great right now, but if you can grab a bigger size, maybe like 10, 11 plus, you should definitely be able to make some money on these. Following that, on the 30th, still loaded up for the 30th, although this could get pushed as well. We have the women's Dunk High in aluminum. Another light blue UNC-esque colorway for the women's Dunk High. Let's see the aluminum. So surprisingly, resale prices are actually pretty solid for these. I guess the colorway is more desirable than I expected. It's definitely more of like a spring colorway. I'm not really sure why they would release this towards the end of the year. It doesn't really give me that vibe, which is kind of why I'm surprised that there's hype around this right now. But looks like pre-sale prices are solid. Obviously, your best bet is going to be a size 12, which is going to be the biggest size, and that'll convert to, I believe, a 10.5 in men's. Anything above that they won't be holding stock of, so 12 women's will be your biggest size to get, and again that's like a 10.5 men's. And I would try to stay above like size 8 maybe, but it looks like honestly all these sizes, even down to a size 5, does have some resale value with this $110 retail. So definitely go for these on sneakers. If they do release on other sites like Shopify sites, just be careful how much you're paying between shipping and taxes. But if you can get these for $130, I would go for it. I'm definitely going to be looking to grab these if you can get them, you know, for that cheaper price. Following up, these dunks also scheduled for the 30th, and we are expecting a release of these on her website today on the 27th, is the AJKO one Billie Eilish. I believe this is made of like all vegan materials or some BS like that. Collaboration by sustainable materials, at least 20% recycled material by weight. I don't know what that means. I thought I heard something like it was all vegan materials or some BS like that, but let's be honest, it was definitely made in a sweatshop. But she can't say it's 20% recycled materials and then, you know, make a shoe with Nike, and we all don't know that it was made by, you know, a little sweatshop worker. So anyway, a nice colorway. It's going to release for $170 on September 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I like the color. I mean, obviously, like the AJKO one has been getting a lot more releases, but as a whole, like people aren't a huge fan of it, of the silhouette. They look pretty comfortable for the most part. But I guess this kind of lime puke green is really going to be up to your preference if you like it or not. I'm sure resale prices are probably ridiculous for these right now. Yeah, they're pretty high. So again, 170 retail price. Resale is sitting above about 300 in all sizes. I believe a 12 women's should be the biggest size for these as well, just like we saw with the other women's releases. So again, that's going to be your best bet for resale price, but it looks like all these sizes should have resale. It's definitely going to depend on how much stock is released on her site today whenever they release, or how hard that release is. And then, you know, how many pairs actually get into circulation before this sneakers release and get sold off. So I would expect some resale value on these. Usually collaborations like this are tough to grab, and they will go up over time. And it is like a, you know, technically a Jordan 1, and it looks pretty decent. So I would grab these if you can, if you have a chance to. But as a whole, like, I believe that is the last release of September. Yes, it is. And then my personal favorite release coming up this Saturday is going to be the Air Jordan 5. Definitely not calling it this. We're going to call it the Shattered Backboard. So this is going down on Saturday. I believe it's the first? No, second. Saturday, October 2nd at 10 a.m. Eastern time. These have been, you know, these have been on release radars for a while now. The side materials, the side paneling materials kind of look weird, but as a whole, like, I'm a huge fan of these. Especially, again, it's a seasonal pair. Like, these just match with us going into October right now, so I do think that will carry them to have better resale value. Let's see what they're looking like right now. Even on here they call it the shattered backboard, so can we just call it that, not the orange blaze? That's stupid. Oof, not great. With a retail of 190, there's not going to be a ton of room for profit on these, it looks like, as of right now. It really depends on how limited this release is. They are going to release on sneakers. We do have them loaded up on the Foot Locker calendar as well for the 2nd, as well as other sites like here, Shop Nice Kicks, and other Shopify retailers. So they should get a general, you know, GR release, and that'll definitely affect the resale prices, but it really depends. Like, if they make these super easy to cop and a ton of stock, then yeah, they're gonna brick, obviously. But this is a nice colorway. We are going into October. It's a very seasonal colorway, and people have been waiting for these for a bit, so there may be some resale value. Obviously, if you can cop off Nike sneakers, I would focus on that first, again, for that free ship and free returns. But be hesitant copping off, especially Shopify sites, if you're going to try to resell these, because you may be missing out on some profits. Obviously, if you can get buyers beforehand or whatever, that's ideal. And then I would say sizes 10 plus. I wouldn't go any lower than that unless you're, you know, looking to hold these. And even that, I don't think these are a great hold, because it is kind of like a seasonal shoe. I mean, is a shattered backboard? Yes. It's a nice colorway? Yes. I do think it will go up over time, but I just think there's other things you can probably spend your money on this month, other releases that you don't want to be holding on to these. So keep that in mind. And that is the biggest release of this weekend. We do have the rumor of the Jordan 4, what is it, the Red Thunder here. It's supposed to drop on October 2nd. I've heard that it's going to be pushed until December, which is devastating because it's a great shoe that everybody's waiting for. But I would guess at this point that it will be pushed to December, just because it does fall on the same date as the shattered backboards. So we can look forward to that. That is possible for this weekend, but it looks like those releases are going to wrap up the rest of this week and month. I do think it's important, though. Let's take a quick look at the Sneaker News Yeezy potential drop calendar. We were expecting these 350 MX whatever rock to drop at the end of September, and that is still a possibility. I originally heard it was going to be September 30th. Let's see what they say here. It just says September 2021, and obviously these could have gotten pushed back, but I originally heard September 30th for these. It's still a possibility they could load them up as a shock drop, but I would expect these to be pushed back. Other than that, we do have a few scheduled for next month. We have this, same thing, MX Oat colorway, a 380 Stone Salt, which we all know 380s are bricks anymore. This MX Oat colorway is pretty sick, though, to be honest. I'm a huge fan of this. As of right now, it looks like they're just saying October. We don't have a release date for these, and of course they could be pushed back, but I'm definitely a big fan of these. And you know what the weird thing is? Like, I love the back pull tab on these, as opposed to not being on the MX Rock. I'm not sure what it is about it, but like my Zebras have this pull tag, and I think it just makes the silhouette and the shoe look a little bit better. Could just be personal preference. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I like the addition of the little pull tab in the back. It just kind of makes this overall shoe look better to me. And obviously I love the the camo kind of esque colorway here. Also scheduled for October, obviously the one that we're all looking forward to is going to be the Foam Runner in the vermilion all red colorway. This has been hyped up for months now, and it's almost confirmed that it will be dropping this month. I mean, it's supposed to be like the Yeezy Red October. I really doubt that they're going to push this to another month, considering that's kind of the whole draw of it, is it's like, the Red October part 2 and it's the Foam Runner, whatever. I would expect this to be probably towards the end of the month, maybe between the 25th and the 30th, around like Halloween or whatever. But if I had to guess, I would say that we will see these release at least this month. And then they also have the Yeezy Boost 700. They say the wash orange. This looks exactly like the Wave Runner to me. I think like one of the panels back here has changed, but that's kind of sketch. Lightly tweaks the Wave Runner colorway. Yeah, so I don't know about these. We could see them release this month, but even if they do at a price of $240, I don't know if the market's going to be there, considering they're almost identical to Wave Runners. Maybe that'll make them have better resale, or it could totally tank them because people are just going to say, well, I'd rather just spend my money on Wave Runners. But that wraps up the potential upcoming releases, both for Jordans, Nike, Yeezy. One thing I will also note is that we have been seeing a lot of console restocks recently. So if you are looking to grab consoles, either hop in our Discord server so you can be notified, or get somewhere where you have information. I just got a Xbox Series X off Best Buy this morning for pickup, and if you guys don't know, like, these consoles are yielding like $150-$200 profits a piece, and you can usually get them out the same day you get them in. They're extremely profitable. They move very quickly right now, so definitely look into consoles. If you have any questions on that, drop me a comment or join the server and DM me. But that is going to wrap up our video today. I will be back on Wednesday to provide more information on releases this week, as well as a more in-depth look at retailers hopefully releasing the shattered backboard Jordan 5s this weekend, and potentially the Jordan 4 Red Thunder. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me again. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know when I go live for live cops, as well as post sneaker news episodes. And yeah, until next time, this has been Swole Sneakerhead on this Monday edition of Sneaker News. Again, I appreciate you all joining me. Have a great week. Peace.